put, the same way if I plug in an electric fan, I put power in, the fan turns, right? You're familiar with that. Well, if I put the fan out in the wind and the wind turns it, power comes out. And it's really as simple as that. So all of those generation, stations, that big collector, that coal-fired plant, all those things are doing are making mechanical ways of spinning the blade to make power. The only one that doesn't actually have any moving parts are the photovoltaics. And I don't know if I should really go into the way this stuff works. It's kind of interesting. Basically, what this is they've taken, this is silicon, which is basically made out of beach sand. That clear quartzite kind of beach sand has been melted down, formed into crystals, cut into slices, and built and then laid on a piece of glass. And what they did was they charged a positive charge on one side and a negative charge on the other, so that there's just this constant desire to do something. And when you put it in the sun, it excites electrons, and electrons come out the other end. It's sort of like, think about it as like a garden hose. If you have a garden hose full of water, doesn't matter if it's 100 feet long or a quarter of a mile long, if you walk over and go into the garden hose, a tiny little bit of pressure, a tiny little bit of water is going to come out the far end, because it's already full. So basically, this is a full garden hose, filled with electricity. Nothing's coming out unless I excite it with photons, but the moment I do, electricity comes out the other end. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so jumping ahead. All right, so where do renewables come from? Where do they all come from? The sun. You're absolutely right. And not only that, but all of them, including the wind, all of them come from the sun, which is kind of cool. All right, this is a solar farm. I think it's in Germany, but I'm not 100% sure. Thank you. This is somebody who put their cornfield to work in a really cool way. Each one of these things here consists of like 18 or 20 of these. So all in all, this thing is making millions and millions of watts of power, completely silently, completely. If you stand in the middle of this power plant, rather than hearing diesel trucks whining and smelling, whatever it is that they're burning, you can hear the birds singing and, butterflies fluttering around. And I mean, it's a beautiful technology. Which doesn't mean that when they built it, they didn't have, 800 people and trucks beeping and booping and backing up and running things over and obliterating, But now that it's built, it's a beautiful thing, truly. So this is a wind farm. You can't really see very many of these things. There are a few places, and they're becoming more and more popular. Out in the American West, there are quite a few of them, because you have large winds that are coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico, sweeping up across